Welcome, friends. Welcome back to After Dark, where we are exploring cocktails. And it's getting a little chilly here in Toronto, so I thought let's do 3 hot toddies. And we're going to do a hot toddy with an Irish whiskey, with a Canadian rye, and a tequila. Now, a lot of people, when you ask them about a hot toddy or the history of the hot toddy, they're going to tell you that it originated in Scotland or Ireland. But there is a belief that it actually originated in India, and when the British rolled over India, invaded India, conquered India, however you want to put it, they found this drink there and they brought it back to England. So I don't really know where it started, but I do know that there is a beverage in India called a toddy. Seems pretty similar. The first one we're going to do uses this tequila. Now, a friend gave me this tequila. I've never tried it before. This will be the first time I've ever opened it. So we'll see how it works out. I'm going to start out with some lemon juice. Next in, a couple of dashes of ginger bitters. Let's see, there we go. And then it gets a scoop of honey. I'm going to stir the honey into it a little bit, see if I can dissolve it. Now, by definition, a toddy has alcohol, sugar, water, and a spice. And it can be hot or cold. Expecting a toddy to be hot is a fairly recent thing. And 2 ounces of tequila. Now, the great thing about tequila is that it's very closely controlled by the government. And you can go to a website called whatsmynom.com, almost forgot, and you can plug in the number that's on the back of the label. And you can find out all of the other tequilas that are made in that distillery. And in the distillery that makes this Casamigos, there's 27 other tequilas made there. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I'm still undecided, and since I haven't tried it, I'm going to reserve judgment until I try this drink. So, the next ingredient is hot water, and then the garnish. But I'm not going to put the hot water in yet. I'm going to make all of the bases, and we'll put the hot water in at the end so that we can drink them all at the same temperature. This next one is a Rye Toddy. And instead of using just hot water, we're going to use tea as the water component. So we start out the same. A little bit of lemon juice. Then we put in some honey. And of course, this is local honey. Every time I use honey, people leave comments that I should be using local honey. This honey is as local as it gets. I have a number of cousins and aunts and uncles who have hives, who raise bees. This is their honey, so it's really good honey. Use what you can get. Next in is 1.5 ounces of Canadian rye. So put that in. We'll just give it a bit of a stir to try to dissolve some of that honey. Of course, it will completely dissolve when we put the hot liquid in. So I'm going to put this one here. We're going to do the same thing. We'll add the tea when we add the hot water. Okay, this last one's pretty straightforward. We're going to use the Irish whiskey, and so we start out with a couple of bar spoons of brown sugar, and this is like a sugar in the raw kind of deal. Again, with the lemon juice. Lemon juice seems to feature prominently in all of these recipes. 2 ounces of whiskey. And a little bit of a stir just to start dissolving the sugar. And now it's time to boil some water. Okay, this first one gets tea. With a lemon wheel floated on top and a cinnamon stick. The next one gets hot water topped up. A lemon peel, and then float a star anise pod on top. And the last one, hot water, another lemon wheel, and another cinnamon stick. Okay, 3 different hot toddies. I'm going to try the Irish whiskey one first. I don't know why, but I am. Lemon, cinnamon, exactly what you would think. That's good. I like the warmth that it brings. Like it's a hot beverage, lemony beverage. You'd barely know that there was any whiskey in it. The cinnamon, fairly light flavor of cinnamon because the stick will slowly give off the cinnamon flavor. You'll get more towards the end. Let's try the tequila one next. Oh yeah, tequila right away. Right at the top, tequila. A little bit of the star anise, but overwhelmingly I'm getting the smell of tequila. That's nice. I like that. I like that much better than this one. There's star anise on top, but it's floating on top of the lemon. So I'm only sort of getting a little bit of star anise on the nose. I'm not getting it in the drink. That's nice. I like that a lot. I think that one could stand with a little bit more of the ginger bitters. The ginger flavor's there, but it's just slightly in the background. Overwhelmingly tequila in this one. Even the lemon's giving a little bit of acid zing, but it's not at the forefront. This one was at the forefront. Now we're going to try the one with the rye and the tea. I'm expecting something completely different. Yeah, on the nose, completely different. No, that's not for me. That one is not for me at all. The flavors are muddled. Does that make sense? Like it's muddy. It's muddy. There's no one flavor that's coming out and saying, try some more. I'm going to try some more because I have to give it a second chance. No, because I would not finish that one, which is kind of a shame because I like this rye. I've had this rye in other cocktails and I really like it. In this particular, not a fan. I'm going to say that a tequila hot toddy wins out for me. I really like this one. So there you have it. I'm not saying that any of these are bad. I'm sure that someone who had this one, there's someone out there who's going to love that. Absolutely love that. It will change with the type of rye you use. It will change with the type of tea you used. It will change with your flavoring, with your honey. Bring in a different kind of honey, you're going to get a different flavor. And the same with this one, again, with the tequila, you change out the tequila, your flavors are going to be different. And maybe this one's just kind of beige because Tullamore Dew isn't that great of a Irish whiskey. I don't know. Someone gave us that bottle. Haven't had too much out of it. Do you like Tullamore Dew? Let me know in the comment section below. And I'm, as much as I was a little bit skeptical about the Casamigos, I'm going to give this another try. I'm going to try this in a bunch more cocktails and see if it stands up. So, out of these 3, I'd say this one. But of course, just play with it at home and come up with your own concoction and see what you like. As long as you've got hot water, a sugar, a spice, and an alcohol, you've got a hot toddy. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.